Are you coachable? Hi, I'm Dr. Michael Craig, and I want to share this information with you because if you're a life coach or you're looking to find a coach, this applies to you. And let me get on with what these steps are. First of all, if you're coachable, that's great. But the main thing is a life coach or any kind of coach, we love coachable clients. And these are the ones who open to new ideas. They're committed to personal and professional transformation. In other words, they're looking to really change the basis of their lives, turn their lives around, that type of thing. We love coachable clients who are open to divine listening. In other words, they really listen to what we have to say. Now, this actually applies more to you as a coach, and I'll go over this in a short while. And we love those who like to take action or love to take action. Those who take action will do the homework we give them or do the steps that they said they're going to do. And we love people who are not afraid to make mistakes. Openness to ideas and transformation. These are the first two items on the list. What does that mean? Do you listen, for example, with purpose? Do you know your purpose? Which direction are you headed? It's mostly to do with direction toward positive change. Do you allow yourself to not know something? Crucial part of coaching. In other words, if you don't know, that means you're open to an empty space. You're open to a space where possibilities can come rushing in. Allow yourself to be that, to be coachable. Do you have a commitment to excellence? That's a particular direction that your intent is headed. And can you commit to a coach or mentor? This applies to your coaching clients, obviously. Can they commit to you? But if you're also coaching someone, can you commit to them and their progress and their direction? And if you're looking for a coach yourself, can you commit to that particular coach? Obviously, if you can't, they would not be a good coach or mentor for you. And do you have a commitment to taking action given you by that coach or mentor? If you're not going to take action, you're not going to achieve results. It's that simple. Action, even if you don't know what you're doing, action is going to give you the feedback you need to achieve whatever it is that you're looking to achieve. Will you do, in other words, whatever it takes to achieve the results that you're looking for? That's complete openness to ideas and transformation. Transformation comes when you're facing an obstacle and you're willing to do whatever it takes to overcome that obstacle. That's when transformation has a green light to rush in. Divine listening is something I mentioned earlier, and let me explain exactly what that is. First of all, you as a coach must be coachable. And that simply means that if you don't understand divine listening, you're going to miss out on a huge part of your ability to coach effectively. You want to be able to listen without ego or agenda. Very powerful, but very difficult to do. Can you accept what I call the theory of the very good reason? In other words, the subconscious being of the person you're coaching has a subconscious direction, and this direction has a very good reason. And I won't get into why that's so, but it's based on Maslow's hierarchy, theory of needs, or theory of motivation, the hierarchy of needs, where people have hidden motivations that are based on survival primarily. And if you're going against that, for example, public speaking would be a good example. To some people, public speaking is representative of a threat to survival. And so the subconscious shuts down and will not allow them to do that and creates a fight or flight reaction whenever they stand in front of an audience. These are very predictable. And also things that if you understand that, then you can allow the subconscious also to change that decision. And the logical soul allows that to happen. I'm not going to be talking about that today, but it is possible to change that very quickly, and you'll have the tools at some point to do that. Accept also the wisdom of the client's subconscious being or inner voice. This goes hand in hand with the theory of the very good reason. There's a very good reason why the subconscious being is going a particular direction, and there's a wisdom to it. You have to be able to listen to that voice. Listen also for a call to action by the client's subconscious being. Now, I had a example of that. I had a client come to me recently. He had inability to take effective action, and he lacked motivation. And delving further, I found out that he described his actions and his ability to do things. He was brilliant, by the way, and his ability to do things he described as showing off. That to me was a key. It was a clue by the subconscious telling me two things. First of all, that someone made a judgment, and he believed it, he bought it subconsciously, that showing off meant that he was doing something wrong, that he was putting someone else down, because there's always a relationship when you're showing off. In other words, you're showing up someone, or you're being better than someone else. And so basically, divine listening revealed this particular clue, and I took it and ran with it. First of all, I found out, or I made the assumption, he needed permission. Whoever told him that he was showing off, whether it was a parent or a relative or a teacher or somebody, did not give him permission to shine, did not give him permission to come out. And so by getting in touch with that particular event and decision, he was able to change that decision and come out without, and get the permission he needed subconsciously to change that decision and actually start taking effective action. And the motivation, by the way, was behind that. Once he got permission, suddenly motivation was revved up. Also, I found that his worldview was based on a win-lose or zero-sum mentality or worldview rather than a win-win. Very crucial distinction. And you may check with your coaching clients to find out which one they follow, because in a win-lose or a zero-sum, if I win, then someone else loses. It's a small pie. If I take part of the pie, it leaves less for other people. And so what I do is, if I'm a good person, I'm going to take less, I'm going to stop showing off, and I'm going to let other people shine. Now, the problem with that is that we all have egos. We all want to shine. We all have a natural tendency to want to express ourselves. If you're a kid and you see a red shiny car, you run to your mommy and say, "Mommy, Mommy, shiny car." You want to share your experiences with other people. By going by the win-lose scenario, if you share that, suddenly somebody else has to lose. This, by the way, is learned behavior. We don't grow up with this. We weren't born with this. Somehow this is instilled in us as we grow older, this win-lose or zero-sum game. Win-win, however, is based on abundance. Everybody can win. There's plenty to go around. Zero-sum means life is limited. The pie is only so big, and if you take some pie, you leave less for other people. Win-win, on the other hand, says that life is abundant. We simply make the pie bigger. For example, the poorest people today have a life that is so much richer than the richest people at the turn of the 20th century. They have color TV, they have central air, they have this, they have that. They have food on the table. People at the turn of the 20th century had none of those things, or very few of those things. And so life is abundant. It continuously expands. And we need to buy into the idea that win-win is a natural state. Once we begin to see that, then the clues, listening to the clues, just that simple phrase that he was showing off told me all of this. And we were able to change that subconsciously, almost within a few minutes, to where he was able to see and turn that around. It's changing those subconscious decisions. So, are you coachable? Are you able to sense? Are you able to listen divinely? Are you able to pick up with your clients what's going on with them? And are you willing to learn yourself? All of these are important as both a life coach and a consultant, and anybody really who's wanting to live a fuller, happier life. This is Dr. Michael Craig. Thanks for listening.